Hey there, welcome back to my channel. It's Kayla, and today I'll be doing a recap for Love After Lockup Season 2, Episode 8. She said yes. These damn crows will not let my audio be great. So I'm going to kick it off with Matt and Caitlin. Matt is going out on the town with his boys tonight because he has been up under his mama and Caitlin for the past couple of days, and he is just ready to kick back with his childhood friends. So Caitlin goes with him on down to the bar so he meet up with his childhood friends, and of course she is nervous. This is his first night out, just on his own, where he sort of has to be responsible for himself. We don't know much about his friends at this point. We don't know if they're going to corrupt him or they're going to be looking out for him like that. So, of course, she's nervous. She acknowledges that, he has a problem with not only the drug meth, but the lifestyle that goes along with it. Matt is giving us a little background on his probation. He said that those people feel like as long as he's not doing meth, it's okay. He's allowed to drink alcohol, but he is not being cautious in the sense that alcohol can sometimes be a gateway to other things. So is it really responsible for him to be getting towed up like that, just being out of jail for the past couple of months? So that's definitely a sign of trouble. Matt's friends give us a little background on him. They say growing up, he was a really good athlete. He was good at everything he did. And they all got together and moved in with each other after high school. But as Matt got more into the lifestyle, selling and doing meth himself, there's like, nah, player, we cool, but not that cool. We out of here. They asking him, what's up? What's going on with this girl? How you feel about her? What's she about? She got money? What's going on? What's the incentive? What's her deal? And he's like, no, she was down for me when I was in prison, and that says a lot. We trying to see where things are gonna go. I don't know if they know at this point if they are engaged, but he is definitely letting them know that things are pretty serious, and they're asking him about what he wants and all of this stuff, and if he's looking for a job. And let me tell you, a job is the last thing on his mind. He is like, what, me, a job? And that's a damn shame. But in reality, the boy has been in and out of jail for like 7-8 years. He hasn't really had to do that. It's been jail, come out, F up on probation, jail, come out, F up on probation. It's not really something he's ever really had to think about. I think it's pretty irresponsible, though, that I guess you could say I expected from him, but Caitlin should have been talking to Matt about all of this, all of these expectations aside from being swept off of her feet while he was still in jail. I would think that if you're in jail and you know that you're going to be getting out in a year, 2 years at some point, that you at least have been spending some of that downtime thinking about what kind of career you might be interested in. I'm sure there's some books or something that he could have been looking at to see what he might be into. Like, he is acting like he just fell out of the sky. A job? What's that? He better get it together because things are going to go quickly downhill. I'm not sure really how Caitlin is going to deal with this going forward because she has high expectations for this guy that just got out of jail. And nothing he has said so far is convincing me that he is trying to get himself together. Hell, Matt is being honest with us already. He's saying that he's used to that fast lane lifestyle where all he does is get into trouble. He just likes living on the edge like that. Like, it's not just the drugs and being addicted to the meth. Like, he likes just living wild. And I guess that's why he's been in and out of jail so many times. So his friends are not helping the case at all. They're like, hey, you ready to get messed up? It's your first night out. I'm like, whoo, we didn't outgrown them friends. And so Matt is like, hey, man, and he's saying in the confessional, not to them, he's like, man, I thought about smoking meth up to about 6 months ago. Oh, this is not a good sign. He is going to be back in jail in no time if this is the track that he wants to continue on. So they just basically close down the spot. They get so drunk, they're out to the wee hours of the morning drinking. They close it down. Meanwhile, back at Matt's mom's house the next morning, Caitlin comes out the room looking around for him, and she stumbles upon this mess that he has left from coming in at ignorant 30 in the morning. And Matt's mom is like, yep, this is usually how it starts. This whole drinking thing, it's a recipe for a disaster. He comes out, he starts drinking, and he gets into other things, and then he winds up back in jail. She just knows how this rodeo goes. And Caitlyn asks his mom, like, what do you do in this situation? How do you feel about, pushing back or pushing more on him? What do you think? And Matt's mom is like, this is your problem now. You're his girlfriend. You should be the one kind of pulling the strings here and taking that position with him where, you tell him what you expect of him and all of these different things. And Caitlyn is cutting in fiance, and his mom is like, yeah, B, y'all just got engaged like 5 seconds ago. Hell, I'm still getting to know this girl. Like, get on out of here with that BS. Caitlyn really just isn't so sure about how to proceed. She's like, do I push him, get really hard on him, lay the law down and make him get his act together by lighting a fire under his ass? Or do I take it on easy on him? She's like, I feel like he has so much on his plate. And I'm like, what? What is on his plate? He sleeps, goes out and gets drunk, plays around in the yard, sleeps, wakes up, bang you and put some babies in you, goes to sleep, and goes party the next day. Like, I'm just trying to understand what's all on his plate. I know the way things are headed, it doesn't look too good because he is not even worried about, Caitlyn at this point. It's like he likes her, he loves her, I guess, but he's really not that concerned, because if he really was, he would have sought out some type of post-prison drug rehab type deal to help make sure that he's on track so that he could begin to provide a life for him and Caitlyn. But I haven't heard any of that kind of talk from him. Caitlyn is like in denial about what it is that she's getting into. She doesn't have a job. She's staying with this man's mom. He clearly has a lot of old demons that he hasn't dealt with yet because he's continuing on that same track that he has in the past. I don't know. She thinks she can save him. We'll see. I don't see how this is going to work out long term, but I'm going to stay tuned anyway. So it's the day after Scott and Lizzie's disastrous date in which they got played, they got denied, and declined. So Scott wants to make it up to Lizzie by taking her out on another daytime date. And she is excited. She's talking to her daughter Jasmine about how does she feel about him now. And little does Lizzie know that Jasmine is over there plotting, trying to see, like, she's like, look, as soon as the opportunity presents itself, I'm going to break this off little by little. I'm going to keep planting these seeds in my mama's head so she can see what Scott is really about, what's really in his heart. Lizzie is like, I know you feel some type of way about him, but, at this moment, I don't have a penny to my name. I don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. What do you want me to do? Lizzie feels that Scott loves her and she wants to continue to see where things are going to go. And Jasmine's over there thinking, no, this is not going to happen. He gave you drugs. He gave you money to get drugs while you were in jail. I'm still not convinced that he's the right one. So she's going to keep her eye out. I mean, what really can she do? Her mom doesn't have a job. I understand totally why she feels the way she does. I would feel that way if some man had gave my mom money to buy drugs while she was in jail. I would too. But all she really can do right now is sit back, watch, continue to hope that her mom will see Scott for what he truly is, if he really doesn't have the best intentions for her, and still just continue to encourage her mom to get independent, get a job so that she's not leaning on somebody for financial support and they don't really have her best interest in mind. So she has the best of intentions for her mom, but she has to be realistic about what their situation is right now. Next up, we see Scott and Lizzie are heading to a beautiful farm. Lizzie was raised on a farm and Scott feels like it would be a sweet idea to bring her back to one for another date. And it's gorgeous. This green everywhere. There's horses and all of these different farm animals. And she is so smitten and so excited. And Scott takes her around. He's like, I hope you never change. I hope you never, become somebody else because I love you right now just the way you are. So he proceeds to get down on one knee and propose. And Lizzie is like, I don't know what was going on with her head, but she was just like this, like, Scott, get up. It was like the most awkward proposal, like the facial expressions that she was making and what she was saying. She was like, come on, get up. Like, this is not what I was expecting. He asked her, if you marry me. And she's just like, this is crazy, like I just got out of jail. Like you would expect it to be the other way around, that somebody out of jail would be like, come on, let me get these opportunities, let me get this right good. But she's being realistic, like, I just got out of jail, what's the rush? You know, there's going to be plenty of time for us to get to know each other and then make this move, but let's just, you know, one thing at a time. And Scott is telling us that he has bought this ring for her that he can't really afford. And I said, see, if you had taken your time and not rushed to get married or to propose, you could have put that ring on layaway, got to know this girl, and if things worked out, you would have been able to buy her something with money you really had. And if things didn't really work out, then you just don't buy the ring. Now you got a ring you can't afford, and now y'all gonna be in the poorhouse in 2 seconds. So I guess under pressure, or she felt bad for him, Lizzie says yes, she's okay with this. So I don't know if Lizzie felt bad or she felt under pressure in the moment, because there is like no enthusiasm, no excitement on her face, but she gives in and says yes. So I'm thinking she's hoping for the best at this point. In this next scene, Marcelino and Brittany are headed to Tito's house. Tito is Brittany's ex-baby daddy and ex-boyfriend. Tito has custody of Brittany's young son, Giovanni. I think he's like 3 years old or something. And Brittany has been incarcerated for most of Giovanni's life. And the baby was with her parents for a little while. And then eventually the baby went to live with Giovanni's father, Tito. Brittany gives us a little backdrop on Tito's past, and she says that he was in jail for like 11 years for manufacturing meth, that he's off that, and he is raising their son with his current wife. They're headed there, and on the way, Marcelino is talking a little bit to us about his apprehension, but at the same time, he's going to do what's right for his girl, Brittany, and his son. He's going to do right by them, but he's nervous about it. Brittany is like, you know, hey, can you just like keep it cool when you get there? Don't be saying weird out of pocket things. And Marcelino's like, I'm not going to be disrespected. As long as he's cool, I'm going to be cool too. He's like getting all out of pocket already for like no reason. Like, could you meet this guy and see what's going to happen first before you jump the gun? Brittany and Marcelino arrived to Tito's house, and it is a nice house. They are doing all right. I guess he did okay post-prison. So they get up to the house and they introduce each other, and the little boy runs up to Brittany. So sweet. Like, this little boy acts like they've been together every week. Like, whoever was in charge of maintaining a relationship between Brittany in prison and this little boy did a good job, because he really took well to her, being that she has been out of his life for so long. So they go inside to just relax and all of that and talk about things, how they'll be going forward. And Tito is like, that's Brittany's baby's father. He's saying that, you know, he's seen like custody battle situations where, you know, the parents don't get along and the kid gets all caught up in it. And he's like, that is not my goal. Like, there's a way for us to get along so that he's not affected. All we have to do is respect each other and get along, and he won't know the difference. And here come Marcelino talking about, I had a stepdad. He was an asshole. And everybody's like, crickets. They're just looking around like, what are you saying? It was so random, like out of nowhere. It just was out of place. And they're looking at him like, this weirdo. And Tito's over in the confessional like, there's no reason for this hostility. Like, we are just adults over here trying to get together and coordinate lives and schedules now post prison so that we could do what's best for Giovanni right now. And he's being a little extra. Tito is telling us like everything should be all good depending on how Brittany is going forward. You know, as long as she stays off drugs and leaves that alone, as long as Marcelino is respectful of their way of co-parenting, everything should be all good. So I really think things may come down to how Marcelino embraces the little boy and how he acts going forward. It's like he has a chip on his shoulder. Oh, he definitely has a chip on his shoulder now that I think about it, because when you're coming into the conversation on defense, on guard already acting like that, he's carrying around something in him, maybe something from his past that we don't know about. It could be the situation with his stepfather and his real father being jerks, but I just feel like you have to start off with a clean slate and like give people the opportunity to do right by you. So the next scene, we cut to Brittany, Amanda, and her bunkie mate, Sasha. They're headed out to the bridal dress shop to go shopping. And I'm like, why are you bringing Amanda, your ex-lover, your ex-prison wife? Why would you bring an ex, especially one that you still say that you have sexual tension and all this good stuff towards? I don't really think that was a good idea. But nevertheless, here we are at this bridal shop. And they go in and Brittany tries on a couple of dresses and she's really in the moment trying to enjoy. And you have Amanda just staring off on the side like, A, what am I doing here? B, she looks really good in that dress. C, what can I do to break this up? Because I still have feelings for her. So Sasha's on the side, you know, she's loving this, enjoying her best friend, trying on all these dresses. And meanwhile, we got the sales lady over here plotting, being messy, telling Amanda, well, you should try on a dress. And I'm thinking, for what? Why? But she's over there plotting to create this true love that she sees. I didn't think that was right at all. If she has a fiance, a male fiance, why are you trying to create drama? I didn't really get that. I think she was doing a bit much. So Amanda goes and tries on the dress and she looks all cute and whatnot. And Brittany's like, wow, like you can see she's like in a moment of shock. Like, man, she looks good. Like it probably puts a vision in her head what it would be like if they were to be together, her and Amanda. But I don't think she can really allow herself to go there because she does seem to be even more so now committed to Marcelino now that he has met her son. She feels that Amanda hasn't really fully grasped that she's going to be with a man now, be with Marcelino. And Amanda's still on the side, like plotting, like, I just felt like if she saw me in a dress, she could maybe see what it could be. But I'm like, no. I mean, if things have progressed to this point where they are engaged, she's taking things pretty seriously. So don't get your hopes up, Amanda, because I don't think it's going to work out. Unless Marcelino is open to this whole threesome thing. I don't think that's going to happen, but, you know, it's a possibility. The next scene, we see Clint. Clint in his oversized sweater. He is up there still crying the next morning, packing, wondering where his goddess, Tracy, is. It's like 10 hours later. He has to head to the airport because I guess the plan was for them to both to head back to his hometown where his parents are, but obviously that didn't happen. So he's packing all the things and he's realizing that aside from her taking the car and his cell phone, she took $100 cash out of his wallet, but she left her ring, and he's really hurt about that. You know, they just got married. Like, what does that say? You've taken my cash but left the ring. Does that mean, you know, you just married me real quick to see what you can get out of me? He's continuing to be worried, of course, like what's happened to her, like is she off somewhere being all doped up on crack, what's going on? But eventually he has to make a decision about what he's going to do about this car, because he had already called the rental police the rental place to tell them that the car is missing, and the car rental place is like, you're going to have to call the police and file a report, which means that he's going to have to file a police report on his new wife. Awkward. So he makes another attempt on his way to the airport to get in contact with his goddess on the phone. She doesn't pick up. It goes to voicemail. He's pleading with her, please come home. I love you. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. I need the car back or I'm going to have to call the police, and I don't want to do that. So Clint heads to the airport and he flies home, and his dad is there waiting for him with open arms. He says his dad was right all along. I'm like, if you know your dad was right all along, then what we should be hearing from you right now is that you're going to cut your losses and move on. But no, he continues to profess his love for her, and to the end of time, he's going to be waiting for her, for his goddess to get it together. Like, good luck with that, because that's going to be a really uncomfortable, sad, traumatic, tumultuous life, because that's crazy. So I'm thinking she has got to reappear by the next episode, because she's been gone at this point for like 10, 11 hours, off with a stolen car, stolen cash. What does she have to do? Next up, we're catching up with Megan, Michael, and Sarah. Megan has set up at a beautiful hotel in Niagara Falls. Where is Niagara Falls? I swear I don't know. I think it's because it's like, you can see it from like different states in Canada and all of this, whatever. It's beautiful. You know, between this hotel suite and the concierge service and flying her out there and the car ride, again, I'm wondering, I think we're all wondering at this point, where is this money coming from? Where is it coming from? I'm thinking like, I mean, did he drop a underground album that fast? He's only been home for like 2 weeks and it went viral and we just didn't hear about it. Nowhere, we didn't hear. I don't know. I need to know where these coins coming from. Let me know in the comments y'all's opinions, if you think they're gonna let us know like at the end of the season, where is this cash coming from? Because Megan is telling us that Michael says he's been working hard since he's been out, and I'm like, working hard doing what? Spreading it wide and laying it low? Goddamn, where's the money coming from? So Megan is telling us a little bit about, you know, like, she is ready. She is ready for that eggplant, that peen. She wants that yike in her life. She is ready for it to go down with Michael. She is excited. You know, not all virgins are created equal. She's like, she is not afraid of her sexuality or sensuality. She is ready to do it, and she just needs Michael to come over and put it down. Next up, we catch up with Sarah. She's out with her friend Emily at lunch, and they're just catching up, trying to see what's going on, what's the latest. And Emily asks Sarah, where have you heard from Michael? Like, where has he been? At this point, he has been missing or out and about living his best life for several hours. And Sarah tells us that instead of feeling like he's off with a woman somewhere, she's worried that he's off getting into trouble. Like, he did just get out of prison, and that she worries that something is wrong and that he's doing something out there that would cause him to get in trouble. Again, like, nobody is mentioning how he's making money, so I wonder if that's a part of it. She's wondering if he's out and about doing something that illegal that would cause him to go back into jail. But Sarah says to her friend, you know, you had to enjoy this time with drinking, because I don't know, it's been like 2 weeks since we did it, and we did it without protection. So, you know, I could be pregnant, who knows? And I'm like, well, if you think that you might be, why are you drinking anything right now? Why are you drinking something right now? Her friend Emily is like, really, son? Really, really? Like, you guys just got together from him being out of prison. It's only been 2 weeks. So far, y'all have argued multiple times, and he has been out of sight for several hours. You guys have a multitude of problems. She said, I think it's so irresponsible that they are not taking the precautions to keep from having another baby, and you have all of these problems. And we have Sarah over there on the side still living in La La Land, talking about, I just think, you know, we can get through anything and we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Little does she know that Michael is off whining and dining Megan right now in Niagara Falls. They are just in a romantic comedy. Her husband. Oh my God. So meanwhile, back at the ranch, we see Michael is headed over to Megan to put it down. I'm going to put it down. That's what he told us. So he goes and he sees his girl, and Megan is all excited. So we see Megan and Michael on the bed giving us softcore porn vibes. They are kissing and, you know, snuggling, all of this stuff. And she's all into it. And he's like, give me a kiss. And they're just all on each other. And Michael is telling us, like, I know she's going to be hurt when she finds out that I married Sarah, but we got this mental connection. We're going to be fine. We have a mental connection. I think that even when she finds out, she's going to understand that I had to do what I had to do. And I'm like, sir, that's not how this works. But if that's what you have to tell yourself for you to be able to sleep at night, by all means do so. Michael feels that Megan elevates him in a different way, or period, that Sarah doesn't. They have a mental connection. He feels that even once Megan finds out that he married Sarah, that she's just gonna be okay with that. Although she's gonna be hurt, she will understand that this is what he had to do. You know, that's double agent Michael over there. This was all a part of the plan for them in the end. So she's gonna be hurt, but because they have that mental connection, they are on same equal frequency, they are equally yoked, that she's gonna get it. He got mind control over Megan. At least that's what he thinks. So although I think that Megan is really gonna be hurt when she finds out, something tells me that she was ready to get it in with this guy or somebody, at the end of the day. She was ready to make it happen. You know, she seems to be a smart girl in a lot of ways. She's almost 30 years old, and hopefully she will have the confidence to bounce back from this. But I think she was ready to bust it wide open anyway. So he's talking in a confessional, all pervy, like talk about, yeah, I mean, she a virgin, you a virgin gonna be scared, but I'm gonna put it down. I'm like, ugh, gross. He's telling us he's gonna make her explode like a gusher, and I'm like, ew, gross. Huh. So we see those two, they're all getting it in and filling each other up, and eventually they kick out the camera crews like, y'all gotta go because we about to get this thing popping. So I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be crazy. Woo, child, I can't wait to see where this train wreck is headed. So thank you guys again for watching. I'm new here. I'm still getting used to everything. I appreciate you for watching or coming back and seeing me again. I hope you guys have a great week and join me next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.